Hey, man, and shout out Mile High Minute for having a kid. Nothing but great vibes, nothing but great energy. Anytime y'all need me, just know, hit my jack. I'm pulling up every time. Let's go.
Mile High Minute, #1 blog in the universe, man. Today we got a very special guest, Super Bowl 50 champion, CSU Walter Camp All-American, Chicago legend, man, Kapri Bibbs. What's the word?
What's up, big dog? How you doing? How you doing?
Man. This is just like a full circle moment for me as like a huge CSU dude. You know what I'm saying? I remember watching you go crazy that year against everyone, 1,700 plus yards, 30 plus touchdowns. And then to see what you did with the Broncos as a Super Bowl champion, you know what I'm saying?
You left out, bro. Only started 8 games, bro.
True, yeah. I was going to
started 8 games, bro. It was 15 that season. I only started 8 of them.
So you really probably could have hit 2,000 yards.
Probably.
35 touchdowns.
I probably would have had it. I ain't gonna lie. I probably would have been somewhere around like 2,500. I think I was 2,500. I probably went for 40 tubs.
No, yeah, you
40 tubs. I was scoring 4 games, 3 games. So.
Yeah. You had a streak of what, like 5 or 6 games in a row with 3+ tubs.
3+ tubs, yeah.
And then the game against New Mexico was 6 tubs, 300+ yards against what? I forgot what team. There's just so many records, bro. Yeah.
Nevada.
So many records.
Colin Kaepernick team.
Oh, you played against Kaepernick?
No, I was just saying that's what Cap went. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Cap, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, let's dive through your backstory a little bit. So you're originally from Chicago?
Yeah, I'm from Chicago.
Okay.
You know, it's crazy because that actually did become a thing. Like my father, when I was probably, I want to say 6, 7 years old. My father went out to Colorado Springs, moved out to Colorado Springs on like just a little, I don't know what he was going through, but he moved to Colorado Springs. And I remember he took my brother with him, and I was mad that he took my brother with him. I'm like, take me, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Boom. So I when the interviewer asked me that when I was like 18 or 19, I said, yeah, I lived in Colorado Springs. I never said I was from Colorado Springs.
Okay. Yeah.
Nah. And then now somebody put that in my bio. I was like, yo, chill.
I was gonna ask. Yeah, I seen somewhere it said born in Colorado Springs or something. I was like, I mean, I'll ask, but I don't know.
I was not born in Colorado Springs. I didn't went and have people change that. My media team changed that out of my bio because that don't even make sense. Born in Chicago, Ingalls Hospital.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. What part of Chicago are you originally from?
I like to claim Harvey, bro, just because my family growing up, I lived in a 3-bedroom house with like 20-something in it.
Yeah.
So during that whole time, I just, we was couch surfing, sleeping in shelters, foster cares, all that little bit of shit we had went through in my little childhood, you know, that I feel like also made me better. But, you know, that's really the place I can claim is Harvey because that's when my family had their first house at. My mom got her first house in Harvey, Illinois. That's like south suburb area. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Still trenches, but you know what I'm saying? Just, yeah.
No, yeah. I went to the south side of Chicago a couple years back. It's just different. Like, it's a whole different energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what were some of like the tough moments, vivid moments you remember about growing up out there that kind of motivated you and led you to where you are today?
Honestly, it was my family. My family really just living with that many people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to imagine how much you see. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like nonstop. And you living in the hood, there ain't too many great decisions being made. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, a lot of decisions that's being made is, you know what I'm saying, survival decisions. You know what I mean? Got to get the money decision, you know? So it's like not a lot of people like thinking in the mindset of, I got this and it's okay, I'm a, you know, chill out, you know, it's just a rainy day type thing. Like, no, every day was a rainy day. You know what I'm saying? So we had to force the sun out, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, just growing up, it definitely made a big difference for me, like seeing my family go through a lot of stuff, seeing myself go through a lot of stuff. I also learned that I'm an experienced first person, so I have to sometimes experience the problem before I can actually address it. Yeah. Then a lot of times, too, I was able to watch people and be able to adjust things inside of myself that allowed me from making certain mistakes that would, like, you know, alter my, like, future or anything like that, you know, learning from other people. So, you know, growing up out there, you know, you ask people who even just living out there right now, staying out there every single day, it's a grind, bro. It's a cloud over Chicago right now. You know what I'm saying? All the drill music and everything like that. You know, when I was coming up, you know, my uncles used to tell me that if somebody went to their trunk, you know what I'm saying, then they was pussy. You know, now it's like, it's all about grabbing a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, people used to say, oh, they make threats and be like, man, I'll knock you the hell out. You know what I'm saying? I'll knock all your teeth out. Now, the first threat that come out their mouth is, I'll shoot you in the face.
Right.
You know, if they have any conflict with you. You know, you look at me the wrong way, bro, stop playing with me, boy, I'll shoot you in your face.
Right.
That's the first thing they'll say. So, I mean, where do you go from there?
You basically got to grab
like, it's like, you can't go nowhere from that. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a tricky city. You know, I like to say that it's based off all respect. Because don't nobody care how much money you got out there. I don't care how much, you know what I'm saying, how much clout you got. None of that. You know, it's a big reason why a lot of rappers don't go back there, don't go back to Chicago. They really move away because them 13, 14, 15-year-old kids, they not giving a damn. You come give them $20, they want the whole bankroll.
And it takes a while, I feel like, for you to start realizing, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, when you're young, you probably don't, like you said, you don't really give a fuck. And then later on in life, you're probably like, damn, okay. You start realizing shit.
Yeah. Nah, and it's been crazy too, because I started my journey early. I started fairly early. You know, just seeing everything that was going on in my family, you know, and I had my own personal situations I was dealing with, seeing certain nasty things inside of my family that I'm like, all right, that's not going to be me. Yeah. I need to change this shit right now. So my transformation really started when I started turning like 6, 7 years old, you know, because I feel at that point I was really like small-ass grown man, you know what I'm saying, full vocabulary, you know, girls was on the menu, you know what I'm saying, everything in the hood. You know, you got people 13, 14, 12 years old getting pregnant out there. So, you know, sex is selling hard in the hood, you know. So when you come to like them little kids, like, I think it was funny, you remember that rapper Lil Mouse?
Yeah.
Remember Lil Mouse that came out of Chicago? Me and my brothers laughed so hard, like, you know what I'm saying, like when Lil Mouse came out, because that was us, you know what I'm saying? That was us as shorties, like it was like, everybody was like, damn, these little rugrats, these niggas bad as hell, like, and it's just now that you got a camera now. Like back when we had 2-ways, beepers, you know what I'm saying? So, and you couldn't capture the moment the way they can capture it now, you know? So I was also happy for Lil Mouse when he started making his run. I'm like, yeah, because if we were shorties, that would have been us, and we would have been on that cam the same way, you know, if he was in this generation. So, you know, it's definitely a different type of thing.
Yeah. I was watching your the Gems podcast interview you did, and you brought up like one of your uncles was like, okay, you're the football kid. So how do you feel like you were able to focus on football with the drill era and all the like surrounding noise with Chicago at that time?
Honestly, because I had OGs, my uncles big OGs. Shout out B, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Snow. You know, shout out all my uncles. It's because even though a lot of stuff was going on around, like, they made sure, like, hey, like, this is the real behind it. You know what I'm saying? This is what you can get yourself into. This is, like, and they fully acknowledged the fact that they was in their life, and they didn't try to shy away from it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't try to sugarcoat it down to us. They were like, nah, like, don't do this because, you know what I'm saying, you need to do this and you need to do that. You got to be better than us. And I kind of hated that, too, at the same time, because my uncle was only, like, 17 at the time. You know what I'm saying? And my uncle in the front yard doing backflips, notes, just looking like a gymnast in the front yard. You know what I'm saying? We in the middle of the hood. And I'm looking at him like, bro, you telling me, like, I need to get this, I need to get that? Like, you 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, your life is not over. You feel me? Like, go back to school. Like, go, you know what I'm saying? You go try to play football and get a scholarship. You know, like, I'm going to do that. Like, but even for you right now, that's still on the table. You know? But then when you living in the hood, you're not thinking like that. You know, and that's how I go. But I shout out to my uncles just because, you know, they kept me on my path. You know, they told me exactly what to look for, and I just kept my eyes peeled. You know, I kept my eyes peeled the whole time, and I just became more of a person that just was observant. You know, until it was time for me to speak.
Right. Okay. Now, you went to, it was Plainfield High School, right?
Yeah, Plainfield North. Yeah.
And you were the ESPN Chicago Player of the Year.
Yeah.
It was like over 2,700 yards. Your senior year?
Yeah.
Over 2,600, almost 2,700 yards, 38 touchdowns. You had a state record, 520 yards versus Oswego. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Yeah, no, you said that right.
Yeah. How was that whole stint with the high school ball like? Did you expect to ball out like that, or like?
Man, that time, obviously my faith was real strong. My relationship with God was real strong.
Yeah.
So I never doubted myself, and I knew I was cold. I obviously knew I was cold, but I didn't know, I never been in those situations. I never seen, where I would take it, place in those situations. I knew what I wanted to do.
Right.
So actually going through and experiencing it was a completely different thing, and seeing how I was just going crazy and stuff like that. I moved to Plainfield when I was 15 years old, because I had some scholarships and stuff to go to some private schools back in like the city, in the city and stuff like that. I like Marian Catholic, a couple other places, St. Rita, Sting, but I had brothers. I got 4 brothers. That my other stepbrother too that was there at the time, and my mom and them was like, hey, if you want to go to school by yourself or you want to go to school with your brothers, like we'll move and try to make this thing work. Y'all won't have the best of clothes, y'all won't have the best of shit, but you go to a better public school. So I was like, all right, come on, I want to go to school with my brothers. So we moved out to Plainfield, went to Plainfield North, and I got there, and it was like history just started writing itself from that point on. Like I went there, had my favorite animal was my mascot, white tiger, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, shit, this may be perfect. I'm red and black, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? So it's like, yeah, this is perfect for me. So I went there, and my junior year came around. We had another dude on our team named Devontae Davis. Shout out Devontae. Definitely a dog, one of the best players I ever played with in my life. My junior year, I had like 1,600 yards, like 20-some touchdowns. And, I had Texas coming in. I had Pitt coming in. I had a whole bunch of schools coming in. Yeah. And they came in and looked at my transcripts and was like, hey, you're not coming to school right now. Like, you're not doing that.
Yeah.
And that's how the Colorado State thing happened, because they came in, saw my transcripts, and after 20 other schools walked out, Colorado State was like, give us a second, like, give us the room.
Right.
So the coach started talking to me like, oh, how serious are you about going to college? And no other coach had did that at that point in time.
Right.
They all got up and just walked straight out and said, I'll see you after junior college. And Colorado State was like, all right, let's look at your transcripts. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to blah, blah, blah. And it was Coach Myers, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, Patrick Myers. I don't know if you remember him from Colorado State. He went and was a lineman coach.
Myers or not?
I don't know.
No, he was one of the coaches there.
I'm not sure, but I know when he came there, he took my transcripts, and he just started writing on them. And he was like, all right, if we do this, you do that. All right, you're going to have to go in all honors classes for your junior, senior year, and you got to get A's and B's. You get anything outside of a B, like, you're not coming. And I was just like, well, at least you gave, you know what I'm saying, gave me a chance. I was like, all right, and what I do? Got A's and B's. I ended up still having to go to a junior college because of my ACT. But, yeah, but at least they gave me the opportunity and gave me something to fight for, over the next year, because then that's when I started doing well in school. I'm like, all right, damn, okay, I can do good in school. Like, I'm not just a knucklehead, you know what I'm saying? I just got to just lock in. Now I'm getting A's and B's. And then going into my senior year, I knew I was going to be tested. I was like, all right, I got to get A's and B's, and I got to perform at a high level.
Right.
And take an early bird class. I'm coming to school at 5:30 in the morning, got to stay for practice after, and then do training sometimes, like, so it became a tough thing. But then I think it just ultimately like showed me that like I had so much more that I never had tapped into.
Right.
And then going into that season, I don't think there was a soul that I don't think there was a soul that was going to stop my purpose at that moment, just because I was so determined to get to where I was going, and I had sacrificed so much to even be in that position that you was silly if you thought you was gonna stop me at any point in time. I had to look back at that as an adult now, and seeing my little 17-year-old self, 16-year-old self going through that process, and knowing how much fire came with that. I was very fiery. You know what I'm saying? Conflict was bad for me. Everything was bad for me because I was just like a walking rocket, like a torch ready to just flame some shit up. You know what I'm saying? And when it came on the field, it was just like it would pour out. That shit would pour out like a motherfucker. Like, yeah, I need this, and ain't nobody finna stop me from having it. I remember I rushed for 180 yards in one game, and they wrote all through the newspaper that I had been stopped. I'm like, damn, and that's when I knew I was really like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 180, and they put a whole article out about stopping me.
And
I'm
this
like,
your senior year, right?
it's my senior year, and I was just like, I'm like, damn, like I know a couple kids, if they rush for 180 yards, that'd be the highlight of their fucking life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was the
Yeah,
best. They were the best high school game they ever had. You know what I'm saying? They talk about it to this day. You know what I'm saying? 180 was the lowest I ever rushed for in the game. You know what I'm saying? And and I had like 3-4 tubs still, and they were like, we stopped them. And I was just like, oh shit.
That's crazy.
I was like, all right, cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I took it. I'm like, all right, nah, next time ain't nobody. Ain't no 180 for nobody. Everybody getting 250 plus.
Right.
Like, stop that. So.
That's real.
Yeah.
Okay. So with all those big schools, looking at you, and you said CSU was like the only
school to offer me my junior year.
Okay.
Only school to offer my junior year. My senior year,
so
completely different.
Were you like, was it tough deciding on? I know you still had to go to junior college and stuff for it, but was it like, were you locked in at CSU at
I
that
was
point?
100%
Like, you were
locked
like,
in.
I'm for sure going.
I think my junior college coaches hated me for that too. Like, because these coaches would call my phone.
Yeah.
Like, I had coaches come up and blatant and flat out tell me, like, you're really going to go to Colorado State. And, like, look me in my, because, something I'm doing was doing illegal shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get me to decommit from Colorado State, because they knew it was a loyalty thing. It wasn't about, oh, my school is top 20.
Right.
This and that. You can go here, you can go there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not going to say names, but I had a couple schools offer me money. You know what I'm saying? To be like, nah, like.
Which is legal now, but.
Yeah, exactly. Back then, that was illegal. You know,
Right.
and they're like, we'll do anything, giving you those eyes, like, just no, like, type shit. And I'm like, yeah, I get that, but it's like, I've always been a loyal person. I'm a die loyal person. So,
That's real.
I was like, nah, I'm good. So they called my phone, and it goes like, you can at least entertain the conversation. There's other kids here that want to go to school. I'm like, all right, well, I start entertaining the conversation, and when they get here, I'll let them know I'm committed to Colorado State.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I bring them out, let them come watch practice. They let other players see them and shit like that. Like, but I'm going to Colorado State. You know what I'm saying? And,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how was your stint at Snow College? And then I know Front Range, they don't have a football team there, but what was the stint like there in Front Range before going into CSU?
Man, Snow College, bro. I lived in a one-stoplight town out there in Ephraim, Utah. I mean, you can probably go Google map it. You know what I'm saying? It was a one-stoplight town. It had a Walmart and a McDonald's and a little mom and pop little restaurant that me and my people used to go to when they used to come into town just to catch some of the games. But, yeah, bro, it's Mormon Central. And I think at that point in time in my life when I was telling you about all the fire and stuff that I had inside of me, like, how I was dealing with people from Chicago all the time.
Right.
So it was a bunch of conflict. Like, I really didn't know how to address people, Like, I knew how to address conflict, but, like, and I was also, like, I was naturally a good person, but when it came to any type of, like, turmoil or anything like that, I was only one way that I knew how to handle it. That's because where I was from, everything was, like, and I remember my junior college coach said this to me. He said, man, you're going to be 100% fine once you let somebody talk to you, and it don't sound like a gunshot. And I was like, damn, the shit like broke me down in tears that day, because I was like, damn, like,
that's real.
Like, every time a coach did say something to me or something that I didn't like, you know what I'm saying, it was words back. I was arguing or some shit, and I was like, damn. And that was like how I actually started becoming coachable and like accepting constructive criticism, because I didn't want to be like that. But it was unconsciously, it was happening. And I always felt like I was a great person, but then, like, when you got to start sitting down with yourself, asking yourself what's real, and that's why I think COVID fucked a lot of people up, because they never had those moments where they sat down and was honest with themselves about who they truly are, and I had those moments going throughout my whole career, and if I really wanted to make it to the NFL, I would have to address this shit, and fix this shit before, it become like the downfall of me.
Right.
So I went there in that fucking one stoplight town. Shit, and I just made sure I just got my fucking degree, and I got out of there. I took 63 credits in 2 semesters out there, and got associates in 1 year, and then I just went to Front Range for the hell of it, because I couldn't enroll in Colorado State in the fall, because you have to do a fall, spring, fall in order to be eligible for Division I football, but I only did a fall, spring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I had to sit out the next fall for no reason, because they just made the rule that year I came out, which is, I feel like it was a lot of shit. Yeah, I'm like, bro, like, the 1 year, like, I come out, I want to do this shit my way, like, I do the whole thing, boom, boom. I mean, I could have had a whole nother fall to do this shit and not have stressed myself out the way I did, but I did it, and it also allowed me to go and take some more class at Front Range. I got a little more head on my degree, you know, so I actually ended up picking up another major, and then I'm going to go back and finish at Colorado State, too, real soon. So.
And I'm assuming it's the one in Fort Collins, the Front Range?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope, though. You still, like, we're doing something, and they don't have a football team, so.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to school,
yeah.
you know, making relationships with my professors and stuff. They were like, "Oh, you going to Colorado State? Oh, you're Kapri Bibbs." Like, yeah. I'm like, "Oh yeah, what are you doing here at Front Range?" I'm like, "I'm just doing something."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no use of me sitting back because I had a little apartment out there, and I was just waiting to just start my scholarship in the spring, which was like 2 months later.
Right.
So I was just like, I'm just gonna go to school and just, you know, hang
yeah.
out. I couldn't hang out no other time, so it was the best time to hang out.
Right.
You know, so.
So were you, like, excited to get to Fort Collins at that point? Because, I mean, you're from Chicago. That's a big, huge city, one of the biggest cities in the world. Then you go to a small little town in Utah. And then Fort Collins, I mean, it's a college town. It's not, like, crazy big, but at least it's got, like, some shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So.
Now, Fort Collins was good because, obviously, like, I have fought so hard to get there.
Right.
You know, so I was just, like, when the coaches was like, "Oh, well, you know, we can't pay for your school, we can't pay for your housing, nothing like that, but you're more than welcome to come, you know what I'm saying, into town. We'll let you into practice and stuff like that, let you know what I'm saying, swing by whenever." And I'm like, all right, cool. You know, I want to just be a part of the atmosphere, you know. So I was just like, my mom, because me and my mom talked about it. We were like, shit, you want to come back home and sit home for a fall and just chill out? I'm like, no. Like, what's going to happen there? You know what I'm saying? Like, some stupid shit. Like, whatever. Like, nah, I'd rather go somewhere I don't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? And start building, like, the shit that I'm trying to build there. Rather than, you know what I'm saying, go back to some shit that I'm actually trying to get away from. You know? So, yeah.
So, the first game at CSU, obviously, it's the Rocky Mountain Showdown in 2013. What was, like, the energy like leading up to that game for you, being, like, your first big Division I football game?
Gotta be honest with you, bro. I didn't even know I was gonna play in that game.
Okay, so you were
I was
like
fourth string on the depth chart.
Fourth string that first game?
I was fourth string on the depth chart that game, bro. The coach came up to me 2 days before the game and told me that if I didn't play special teams, I wouldn't get in the jersey. Like, because me and McElwain wasn't getting along at Colorado State. I had committed to Steve Fairchild, so I was a part of his class. So then when they fired Steve Fairchild the same year I was coming in, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, so everybody's asking me, am I going to honor my commitment even though Steve wasn't there no more? I'm like, you know, I owed it to the school because they've been waiting on me, you know what I'm saying? And they kept my scholarship, you know what I'm saying? All these things. So, yeah, I'm still going to go. I'm still going to honor it, you know? So, but yeah, I was fourth string on the depth chart, bro. Wasn't even supposed to play. Told me I had to play special teams again in the game. Donnell Alexander was our starting running back. Chris Woke was a second string running back. Then we had Devon Riddick at third string, and then I was fourth string. So when Donnell Alexander went into the game, he got hurt, like messed up his hand, like one of the first plays of the game, second play of the game or something like that. So they put Chris Woke in. He was doing decent, you know, I guess, like, but he wasn't popping, like, he wasn't popping the big ones, you know, that they felt like they probably wanted him to pop. So, you know, that probably went on for like the whole first half because that was it. And then we had the other kid, Devon Riddick, and I see him on the side, got his helmet on. I got my helmet in hand. I'm just on special teams, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I know I'm not getting in on offense on fourth string. Next thing you know, when after Chris Woke came out the game, they're like, Kapri. And I'm like, all right. First thing that went through my head was the lip smack. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they know I was supposed to be starting the whole time. But you put me on fourth string on the depth chart to make me look bad. You know what I'm saying? Because this head coach isn't rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? And then when the game get real, when it get real like that and real snappy, now y'all need plays, we down. It's 3-17. You know what I'm saying? We getting whooped. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, oh, now we need something to happen. Put Kapri in the game. Put me in the game. I go in the game, score 2 touchdowns. Tie the game up. You know what I'm saying? Tie the game up. Then going into the final drive, I literally don't regret this at all. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a funny moment in my career because also I think other people have to pay for how they treat people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and how they make them feel, and with comfortability. I even feel like that about the NFL. I never played one game in NFL comfortable. Not one. There was games where I went out and started NFL games and didn't get any practice reps because they had the $20 million guys, this $20 million guy, this $20 million guy. You get all these reps, then we get into the game because they're protecting these guys' feelings. Right. Then next thing you know, it's like, Kapri, get in there, open it. And then I'm like, bro, like, I didn't even run this play in practice. Luckily, I watched it on film, but, like, I got you, don't worry. Here you go, 70, 60, 30, 40, 50, like, off the cusp. It wasn't like I was ready for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Rather than these other players, like, that it's in practice, like, I look at a situation like with Devontae Booker. I remember one day we spent the whole day running plays over and over and over again so he can get those plays. Like, if I had messed up on one play, they took my ass out because I was undrafted. They didn't give a you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't pay me $20 million. Just had me on that bitch for $400,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a big investment to them. Right. So you fuck up, you done. These other dudes, nah, like, you fuck up, nah, you gotta get this. Yeah, you gotta get this because our whole scouting department is dependent on this shit. Our coaches are dependent on this shit. The who set up in front of NFL Network, ESPN, all these and you get to choose from 1 million players every single year, but you only get to choose 7. Right. These 7 because you pick better be fucking good. You know what I'm saying? Out of 1 million players, you know, and that's how the NFL works, and that's why they don't matter what you see. If you see a guy get drafted in the first round, you can bet your bottom dollar he's playing.
Oh yeah,
your bottom dollar. I don't give how terrible he is. They're gonna figure out a way. Not unless the only way they cover that shit up with quarterbacks sometimes if you come behind a great. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, all these other quarterbacks, so you think he's not finna play? That man is playing. He's playing. $30 million through an organization, he's playing. You know? But like I said, it was like the same thing I dealt with at Colorado State. And like I said, I wasn't even comfortable. So in the fourth quarter, we're going back in. We get an interception on defense. It's 17-17. We about to go down, win a game. They throw me like a little swing. Yeah, they threw me a little swing right out the backfield. I do a little move, make one dude miss. The linebacker swoop back around the other side while I give the one dude the move, not thinking that these D linemen are chasing me down. You know what I'm saying? Come back, swat that bitch from behind. Boom, I phone with that bitch, cough it up. They pick it up, take that bitch in for a touchdown. That's pretty much how the game ended. You know what I'm saying? But I promised myself after I was a little upset, but then I was like, no, like, the fuck, bro, you weren't even supposed to be playing in this game today. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they played you. Like, you weren't supposed to be playing. And then now you want me to come through and be da-da-da-da-da. Like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? Come through like a superhero. No, like, don't play with people like that. You know what I'm saying? Because then you get your just desserts too. Right. You know, and that's why I felt like that was McElwain's just dessert. Like, yeah, we could have won that game if he wasn't trying to treat a person like he was like a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't recruit him or because you didn't like how I moved or something, whatever, how the 19-year-old kid moved. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like let them be. And, you know, you keep grooming them. You keep having that patience with them so they can grow because not everybody's from, you know, Alabama or anywhere where they, you know, from a great neighborhoods and great places. Like, yeah, people are trying to be better, so you should help them try to be better.
He was the OC at Alabama before CSU.
Yeah.
But you didn't end up even starting to what, like your 4th or 5th game?
Yeah, like the 4th game. I ended up starting. He still played with me after that game. So after that game was over, we go into the next week, and I'm like, all right, you know, maybe, you know, something's going to change. Maybe he's going to, like, you know what I'm saying, like, really start see. Like, I did make one mistake, but
2 tubs.
You know what I'm saying? 80 yards and a half, 90 yards and a half. I don't even know how much I had. Yeah. But, like, 2 tubs and 90 yards on minimum touches, like, yeah, like, you got to know. Like, you know, you get this kid the ball more. Exactly. So we go into the next game, and same shit. We played Alabama the 3rd game, and that's when it became a thing. We played Alabama the 3rd game. Our running backs weren't doing shit. And then I came in, first carrier I had, 17 versus number 1 team. Right. Then they threw me a swing right out the backfield, took that for another 13. And that's when we first started getting our real movement. Got another one, got another outside zone to the left, took that for another 7, 8, all in the same drive. Right. And that's when they was just like, okay. And then the world was seeing it too, like, why why are you playing around with this kid? Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the same kid almost saved your ass before. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't play him like that in the last 2 games. Now we come back playing the number 1 team in the world, and you're still on this petty ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Not playing this kid that you know is balling the fuck out. So then after the Alabama game, it just became a thing in the news. I don't even think it was a thing for him. I think it became undeniable that I had to play, you know. So that's when everything changed. 4th game came around, and he started me. And that was versus, I forgot what school it was, but I went for like, I think like 180 or like 200 something yards.
First start.
Yeah, first start.
Probably a conference game.
Who was we going against? who's going to? Oh, we played UTEP. We played UTEP.
Okay.
We played UTEP, and that's when I first got. I got like 15 carries versus UTEP, and I went for like 150. Like 150.
15 carries?
Yeah, on like some slight ass shit. And then the next game, I got my first start versus Wyoming, and I went for like 230 against Wyoming in like 4 tubs.
And that's a rivalry.
Yeah, so after that, exactly, like, I mean, at that point in time, like by the 8th game of the season, I was already on a fucking hot streak, going crazy, and he's talking to me, and he's talking to the media about getting D Hart. You know what I'm saying? The whole time, like, I'm fucking damn near in the lead race for rushing leader in the nation, fucking touchdowns, all this other shit.
You were first after what, the Nevada game or something, New Mexico game?
I forgot when I actually, because I wasn't even actually focusing on it at first until like my teammates started coming around me like, damn, bro, you number 4 right now in touchdowns. I'm like, what? Like, I wasn't even, at that time, I was like, nigga, thought I was 5 games back. You know what I'm saying? We got all these great running backs in college football. I'm like, I ain't never catching up to them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't started for 4 games. These motherfuckers been starting since day one. You know, and Lord behold,
so
I passed all the ass
up. You probably would
up.
have broke some like real NCAA records.
No, dead ass. No, 110%. It wouldn't. That wasn't even up for discussion at that point. The times that I started and the times that I played first elite competition, still made them look like dog water. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, DeMarcus Lawrence, all them at Boise, dogged them out. 3 tubs. Yeah, 3 tubs on their ass, going crazy. 160, and it was freezing balls out there. You know what I'm saying? Like 10-degree weather.
And y'all made it competitive versus Boise because we still haven't beat Boise. Like they always got CSU.
Yeah, they got a number. They do got a number on us. I'll tell you that. But you know, Boise, they obviously got this little thing going on out there. I don't know how they getting their recruits, but they got a thing going on. It was the jerseys. It was a playing style before.
That game versus Oklahoma ever since then.
Yeah, exactly. They've been getting great recruits ever since. Right. Those colors and everything, I like them. Yeah, I like them. I like Boise. I like the way Boise. I like the way they look. You know what I'm saying? I like the way they look. I like Colorado State better though.
No, for sure.
Sure.
But okay, so you scored like. 6 touchdowns versus New Mexico. Then you had like over 300 yards. You said versus Nevada. Mm-hmm. You had you broke the record, your first and second, as far as like all-time rushing yards in one game for CSU.
Am I 1 and 2?
Yeah. Well, unless someone
I think I may be 1 and 3. I think I may be 1 and 3. I think still the running back.
Was it more recent or because
he was old school? He was old school. Cecil Sapp.
Yeah,
he was either Cecil Sapp.
Anyways, yeah. So and then you scored 31 touchdowns, which was first in the NCAA at that point. Tied for first, I think was it Monty Ball or someone else?
Oh, you talking about who has the most rushing touchdowns in college football history?
Yeah.
Barry Sanders. Sanders had 36. Yeah. I could have got that. I could have got that shit, bro. I could have literally got that shit. That's the only thing that really I did want to come back the next year for college football, but it was because of that head coach. I couldn't. You got want to sit around and play around about your existence. I couldn't play around with that. I got chances to go to the NFL and shit like that. I'm not finna play around with you. Right. So I left. Me and my mom made the decision.
So, but you know, only 3 players have scored 30+ rushing touchdowns in a season. You, Monty Ball, Barry Sanders. What was it like to have your name even just in the same conversation as someone like Barry Sanders, who's you know top 3, top
all
5,
time, hands down, on everybody's list.
Right.
Yeah, you know, when I first saw that, I definitely felt like I know God blessed me. I know I'm blessed, you know, to actually just be able to be in that type of topic or conversation, to be able to like live the life that I live, you know, to be able to see the things that I've seen and still be, you know, living to tell the story. You know, so I'm always blessed whenever I just find myself being able to etch myself in a book, you know, because I think that's what ultimately like builds a legacy for you, is how many times your name is written in a book. And I think a lot of times too, you see it on players, you know, when they don't build legacies, and then it becomes more about fame and more about money. You know, rather than somebody who has been stamping themselves everywhere they went. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody go back there, you're the hottest thing since sliced bread there, you're the hottest thing since sliced bread there, and now you're the hottest thing. You know what I'm saying? Like Like, most guys have never dealt with that in their life, and I've realized that going into the NFL, like, a lot of guys went to big high schools and they were just another pea in a pod. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They go to college and they never broke any records there, but they were good enough to get drafted. You know what I'm saying? Probably went to Alabama. They weren't Amari Cooper. You know what I'm saying? They was the person that was 5 or 6 levels down from that and still got into the NFL. So now they in the NFL getting their first fame, first stardom, first time people's looking at them like, oh, you're so great. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. But shit is different for niggas who've been stamping that shit for a long, long time. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember when I even went to college, my mom literally looked at me in the face and she was like, baby, if you want to stop right now, I'll be 100% happy. Like, I'm 100% happy with you.
Was she worried about you on the field a little bit?
No, not that she was worried, because she's seen how much pressure I was putting on myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was like...
Mental health.
Yeah, mental health. Not even like... Not even in a bad way, bro. But I did create a badass anxiety, though. I created a badass anxiety where, like, I couldn't even fucking go on vacation and not work out, bro. Like, I would be on vacation, fucking running in the middle of the fucking beach with fucking mask on and shit like that. Because if I drank, I felt like I had to work out twice as hard. I'm already hypoglycemic too. So I have real bad, like, stamina, you know, because my blood sugar just drains way quicker than the normal human being. So that's why I'd be on the sideline eating Skittles and shit and Snickers. And people thought that shit was funny when Marshawn did it, but I'm sure he was probably hypoglycemic like me. You know what I'm saying? So they had to keep candy for him on the sideline because we would have an episode where we would go literally numb, like when you can't literally move your limbs if you don't have enough sugar inside of your system, like literal candy or pure glucose. So
you also were the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame Male Athlete of the Year in 2013. Walter Camp, second team All-American. So really, like, to be honest, obviously I'm biased towards CSU, but like going in, I was like, oh, he got to get drafted. Like, you know, you just put up some of the craziest numbers. What led into you deciding, like, not to stay at CSU another year? I mean, was it just because you had such a monster season? You were like, nah, like, I got to take my chance now with the NFL. Like, do you ever look back and regret, like, maybe not staying another year? Or do you, like, how was that whole process, you know, going into the draft and stuff like that?
Yeah, man, I'm not going to say a sensitive topic, but at the same time, too, I do look back at that time in my life, and I had to ask myself, like, could you have stuck it out another year with McElwain? You know what I'm saying? Like, could you have stuck it out another year? And just being 100% real, I wanted to come back. All my teammates knew I wanted to come back. I didn't want to leave. I was only a sophomore. I at least could go to be a junior. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to leave, but it was really the relationship that I had with McElwain. Like, this man was literally, I feel like he's the worst person I probably ever met in my life. You know what I'm saying? Just being real. And this is my own head coach that I'm supposed to be looking up to, that I'm supposed to be looking at like a father figure. That's how I looked at all my other coaches and how we had relationships. I had coaches that I remember word for word everything that they've ever said to me that's actually made big impacts on my life and how I've actually transformed. But now you look at a guy like that where, you know, like I was telling you before, I'm rushing for 200 yards in the game, and he doesn't even say congratulations to me. He walks in the building next day and says, you fuck up, you done. You know what I'm saying? Or you deal with another situation where I was in the middle of practice one day, and this was at the Nevada game. I ran for 312 yards and 6 touchdowns versus Nevada. We walk into practice on fucking Tuesday or Wednesday, I forget the day that it was, and he makes me run down on kickoff. As a scout team player, you know what I'm saying? Just like, you know what I'm saying? I guess it was like in his mind to like humble me or something like that. But really, like, I was a 19-year-old kid, 20-year-old kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like being a kid. You know what I'm saying? Anything that I did wrong, okay, cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Address me about that. But the funny part about it is I had a 3.4 GPA and I never missed class ever, never. You know what I'm saying? And went to every study hall. I was doing so good in school that they took me out of study hall. So there was really nothing for you to complain about. You come check my classes, I'll be sitting right in there. The real reason why I wanted to do good in school because I almost flunked out in high school. So when I got to college, you think that was going to be a reason why I wasn't touching the field? Hell no. I was going to do the same thing that damn near got me to qualify after my first year. I'm getting A's and B's. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Doing all my homework, all that shit. Because I'm not finna put myself in a position where I can't go where I want to go and do what I want to do because I'm not truly handling my business. you know. So that became like another thing for me. Like I just always about handling my business. So this man was in there intentionally fucking with me, trying to break me. And that was the difference, that he was trying to break me, but I wasn't. I'm not a horse, you know what I'm saying? I'm a lion. It's different. Like you can't break me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So only thing that he did that day when he made me run down on kickoff, and then after I made the play on kickoff, he came and started screaming at me in my face. Like I'm talking about like spit flying, all this other stuff. Mind you, I just rushed for 312 yards and 6 touchdowns in the game, and you got me running down with the scout players on kickoff because you want to just prove a point to like whoever the fuck is around here. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even say a word. I put my helmet on, I run down that bitch full speed, and I make the play. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, boom, I'm like, cool, I'm jogging off sideline. Next thing you know, I just hear keys and shit running up to me from behind. I'm like, boom, I turn around. Next thing you know, he's screaming in my face, tackle him down to the fucking ground. I'm like, bro, like, I just ran for 312 yards and 6 tubs. You want me to tackle this man down to the ground and potentially hurt myself? You know what I'm saying? Like, boom, boom, I thought you wanted me to tag him off to protect me. No, you don't want to protect me. You want to break me. That's what you want to do. You want to break me. You know what I'm saying? And that's a complete difference. So that same day on the field when he did that shit, I'm talking about, that's probably the worst I've ever cried in my life. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I started crying right there in the middle of the field because that was a moment I almost threw away my whole career because I was about to beat the dog shit out of him. Because I seen him, he was trying to break me, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to find a weakness, you're trying to find a niche in my armor, and there is one. There isn't one. I'm a king.
And you
know
were
what I'm
able
saying?
to hold your composure.
And I held it. I just cried, bro. Like and the other coaches came up to me, bro, like grabbed me and shit, like it's all good, man. Like pat me on the back like I'm a fucking baby. Because really, the truth is, I really want to beat the dog shit out of you. And anybody else in my life that ever would have done something like that to me, there wouldn't be in a question if I was going to knock their fucking teeth out their mouth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The way you're treating me, but I can't treat you like that. Because I'm going to be off the campus.
Right.
So I got to keep eating this shit every time you keep pulling all this bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why after the year was over, I was just like, I talked to my mom and they're like, don't put your life in his hands.
Right.
We're not going to put my life in his hands. So I left.
Right.
I was actually going to go to Notre Dame instead.
Oh, shit. You about to transfer?
I was about to transfer to Notre Dame, but when they told me I had to sit out a year, I was like,
yeah, you weren't trying to sit.
I was going to go to Notre Dame or Ohio State. I had both of them literally wanted me to come there.
I'm sure. I mean, you went so crazy.
Exactly.
Like, you probably could have went anywhere.
Could have went anywhere. I talked to Notre Dame. I was talking to Ohio State, and I was going to pull the trigger, but I was like, damn. So if I sit out next year, not only will I not be able to play as a junior, I'm going to come back as a senior. Right. You know what I'm saying? The transfer portal was different then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You had to sit out a year if you just transfer schools for no reason, if it wasn't family related.
Right.
You know, so boom, I was like, all right, gotta go to the league. You know what I'm saying? Take my chances. And I had that broken toe at the time, too.
The turf toe?
The turf toe, yeah. I lost 70% of mobility in my right toe.
Yeah.
That happened versus Utah State, actually.
Oh, okay.
It happened way before that, but I was just still balling the fuck out with 1 foot.
Damn.
Dead ass. I had a metal plate in my shoe. And they was giving me a Toradol shot. Not a Toradol, cortisone. They gave me a cortisone shot before the game and at halftime. You're only supposed to take 2 cortisone shots a year. They were giving me cortisone shots by the fucking quarter.
Right.
By the time I got to like 3 games with it, I literally be like, I can't move my toe. They'd go take me right back there, pump one in there.
Yeah.
Anything to get me to play. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew if I didn't play,
it wasn't going to be
probably going to lose. Yeah, we were probably going to lose. You know what I'm saying? So it was messed up, bro. It was messed up. College was messed up, but like I said, I had to take my chance and go to the league.
Right.
And, you know, I was just hoping that my teammates was understanding of it at the time because I had a lot of great teammates in college that I'm still friends with now to this day that I feel like I would have had greater bonds with them if I had stayed another year. But since they had to, like, almost watch me from the outside and I try to come back, pull back up to games while I was just right up the road in Denver, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, look, man, I ain't mean to abandon y'all, but they was balling out anyways the next year when they got D Hart. So, you know, shout out D Hart. He definitely a dog. You know, and my comment that I made earlier is just solely based around the fact that I'm him, you know.
No.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, I'm just popping my shit a little bit right now. But, yeah, like, that's really, I mean, I can deny it. I can be humble about the shit. But at the end of the day, like, it's what's written in stone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's running everything.
Right.
You know, if you bringing up names, you know, you don't have to want to mention my name because it's going to be right there in paper.
Right.
You know, every time you try to look it up. So,
yeah.
I got to fully immerse myself in that type of thing because I don't like to talk about it at all. But now that I'm getting older, I gotta be more comfortable doing it. Yeah. So.
Yeah. But as far as the that era, I think McElwain was only there for 2 years. I mean, he gets a lot of praise for like those 2 years. That were CSU was really good.
They were none of them were his recruits. They were all Steve Fairchild's recruits.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing.
None of those were his recruits. No, I think like Michael Gallup obviously was. D Hart obviously was his. You had a couple of those guys like that, but as far as the Shaq Barrett's, Garrett Grayson's, everybody that was all from our class.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All from Steve Fairchild. So that's who he built his legacy around was around another man's recruits that he didn't want to give any acknowledgement to, which was kind of blasphemy to me.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, he had his respect, but I feel like he would probably be a lot more respected in the CSU community if like he would have. I mean, you don't have to stay, but like he didn't even stay for the bowl game that second year. He got blew out versus Utah. Like.
He's a selfish dude.
Yeah, he just went. I think he went straight to Florida, and now he's at like Central Michigan. He's
a loser.
But
he's a pure loser. And I say that you ain't got to edit that out. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
spicy.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's a pure loser. You know what I'm saying? I watched him tell a kid on our team because this kid, how everybody makes mistakes, messes up, but one kid had messed around, got a DUI at school, being a college kid, got behind the wheel, and I'm talking about we're in the middle of the meeting room with, how many players on the college team, 100 something?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With coaches and everybody involved, he gets in front of the room and calls his kid up, makes him stand up in front of the damn room, start telling him he's the worst person he's ever met since Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's crazy.
Like, who says that to a 19-year-old kid because they got a DUI?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You tell him he's the worst person you met since Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, bro, get the out of here, bro. You have no integrity. You have no respect for anybody else but yourself. Like, and you don't care about your players because anytime we walked from the practice field into the fucking thing, we all had to walk the same way. He would walk past every last player and wouldn't say one thing to one player. And people didn't think we watching that shit. We were watching that shit. All right, Alabama, you think you hot shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, when really you're a piece of shit. Yeah, that's actually, you're a hot dookie. That's what you is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't holding back. I ain't gonna hold back on him because, you know what I'm saying, he didn't hold back on me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't hold back on all the players that I knew and watched them talk too crazy. Even grown-ass coaches that I watched them rip into. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it just was like, it's hard to respect a person like that. Very hard.
Is there, like, any type of positive you could say about him, or did y'all talk at all after you left CSU?
Our first real conversation, when he tried to obviously act fake as when we were at the Colorado Hall of Fame thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I'm going to keep everything PG there. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, I didn't like him. My mom didn't like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just what it was. But the good thing about him was he did know football. He did know football. That I will say. He did know football. He did know how to put players in position. That is a very hard fact. It's a very hard fact.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about the way you go about doing it, it's a lot of this way better way. You got the Sean McVays out here. You got your Kyle Shanahan's out here, Matt LaFleur's. I watch people be geniuses and be graceful about it.
Even like, Dion, I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
be graceful. Yeah. Be graceful with your power. He's the type of person where he wants to break you with his power. He wants what's the best way I can put this? He wants to rule out of fear. That's what some people live on this earth to do, is to rule out of fear and be NBA young boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, their literal presence is to rule you out of fear. You know what I'm saying? Right. Make you like them because you fear them.
Right.
Don't say nothing about NBA young boy because he'll come shoot you. What the fuck? This is not boogeyman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I obviously learned is that motherfucker, if you can touch somebody, that means you can be touched. You know what I'm saying? And most people start getting into that fear notion, or they try to rule off fear and they feel like that's a real sense of power. Now, when you rule from fear, just know that it's the time that you ever turn your back, somebody gonna put a knife in it.
No,
you know what I'm saying? And that's how all kings get killed. You know what I'm saying? That's why I call myself a kind king. You know what I'm saying? Always humble. I'm always gonna show respect first to everybody I'm around. Anybody, I'm gonna treat you just the same way I want to be treated.
Right.
So you know exactly how I want to be treated. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So, and I see it. You don't have to sit down and do an interview with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, So I appreciate you for even like chopping up with me coming.
Bro, this is. I mean, honestly, I saw y'all platform. I saw the freestyle stuff y'all was doing on there. I went through and did my little homework on it. I'm like, this is a cool platform. And one thing that I know and that I love is me coming up knowing how it is to get shit out the mud.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got to pay that shit back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
facts.
and as like I said, I say this to people all the time. Like, you can be a gift in this world, or you can be a blessing. You know what I'm saying? A gift is something that's for you and only you. You know, when you say you blessed, that means that blessing, that gift that you receive, you're spreading that amongst other people. That's how you make it a blessing. You know,
No,
so
that's real.
that's how I look at it. So
Okay, so all right, going into getting undrafted, were you expected to be drafted, or did you kind of
Yeah.
knew like?
I was expected to be drafted.
Okay.
I had a third to fourth round draft grade. But once I got flagged for my toe, when everybody found out I had lost like 70% of mobility in my toe, I did my pro day. I couldn't even put my foot in the ground without a Toradol shot. Everybody coaches was telling me that I just needed surgery and that I would probably sit out my first year in the pros.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, over this toe injury. But the funny thing about it is I just put another metal plate back in that motherfucker again and went out and damn near led the fucking NFL in preseason rushing, definitely led it in touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, but then still got put on practice squad. So
Right, yeah.
it was just like, all right, cool. Like, I didn't really know what to do, and I was really confused my rookie year after doing that, after being the top player in football in the preseason for running backs and then going out on special teams, having like 6-7 tackles. I'm thinking like, oh, for sure I'm locked in on the roster.
Right.
It put me on a practice squad. Then that's when I started learning about the business. And I started learning that, damn, Juwan's a fullback / running back. He's a diverse position. That's why he's going to be there. But as far as other 3 backs that we had, they're all $20 million backs.
Right.
And that's when I figured it out. Like, damn, it don't matter how good you is. If you ain't got that money behind you, shit, you're a bubble player.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That means if somebody gets hurt and they can let somebody go without receiving a penalty or having to forcefully pay you the money because you don't have a guaranteed contract, they're going to let you go. They don't care how good you is.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They'll take it on the head. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Like Washington did it to me as I was the second leading scorer on their team because I was a bubble player. I didn't have any guaranteed money. So they cut me on a Friday and told me and signed a contract for me to come back on Monday. But I didn't make it through the waiver wire and went to Green Bay.
Damn.
So it's like people play around with that shit all the time. Like play around people's careers. You really like where you be at and all this other shit. And these motherfuckers do little shit. You know what I'm saying? Try to downplay you so they can make little bitty moves and do little bitty things. And shit just always don't end up working out for them the way they think it is.
Right.
So.
Right. This one. I wanted to talk about the Washington State game a little bit because y'all were down like 15 with like 4 minutes left. Like definitely supposed to lose that.
Definitely was supposed to lose that one.
Came back, scored 2 tubs, and then I think they fumbled, and then y'all kicked the game-winning field goal. What was that whole experience like with that game?
I'm gonna be real with you on this one. I'm gonna be real because during that game I was on the sideline, and when we was down 15 points, bro, I sat on the bench. And I was like, shit, I don't even know if I'm going to go back in. Like, this done. I'm hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, let's chalk this one up. But the funny thing about it is that's why I would never want credit for that New Mexico Bowl game because I felt it inside of me that I almost gave up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know one person that didn't give up for sure. Shaq Barrett.
Yeah, he's one that
you know what I'm saying?
Bubble, right?
2 times in a row. 2 in a
fucking
row, bro. That's when I knew I was just like, this man is a different breed. Nobody can tell me shit about Shaq Barrett.
Right.
I don't give a what you say. Shaq Barrett's the best outside linebacker in the league right now. Easily. Yeah. And he just f***ed up his Achilles and he's coming right back. Just like it ain't like, because you got a guy that's built like him. He's built for the trenches. He's built for the real trenches. You know what I'm saying? He's built to stop the run. He's built to rush the passer. He's built to get off any block, double teams, all of that just because his body frame. And people hated him for his body frame when he came out. But that's what made him great is that he can do it all. He just wasn't a speedy pass rusher that was going to get into a zone scheme and get his ass blown off the ball. He didn't get blown off the ball. He was in the backfield. You know what I'm saying? Swim moving, everything, and then had the mass to stick there. You know what I'm saying? So, and me watching all that and seeing how much of a force he was by his body size, and then people try to tell him that he didn't deserve to be drafted because of his body size, I'm like, y'all don't know football.
Right, yeah.
And that's what majority of scouts don't know football. They never played a lick of it in their life. All they do is sit back and watch film and tell players who can play and can't play, and they're completely out of position to say that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I hope that more players get into scouting, because then you'll know a dog when you see one. You know what I'm saying? Like, rather than they be like, I wonder if the way he acts is good, or like, no, what are you talking about? This is what makes this man a dog. Like, go in there and you figure out if this man is on the cusp of blowing up the world, or is he on the cusp of becoming the best football player ever in the world?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's two different things. You know what I'm saying? Some people are wildly driven, have a lot of passion and fire, and some people may take that as, you know what I'm saying, oh, this man is unhinged. You know what I'm saying? No, like, he's not. He just really loves this shit. And if you ever loved this game the way, but guess what? You never played.
Right.
So you don't understand that passion. You don't understand when motherfucker like Odell Beckham kicked the motherfucking thing and get hit in the face by the thing and crying on the sideline. Yeah, that's a big problem to you. Like, no, people really expect big things from themselves. You know what I'm saying? Expect big things from around them. So I never judge anybody about, oh, you're too emotional. Like, no, you can't tell somebody how much passion to have about something that they love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like me telling you how to love your mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Like, this is a game that motherfuckers dedicate their whole fucking life to. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be dedicated to a certain amount of point, or you're going to be out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? There got to be a certain part of you that says this is more important than sometimes water. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how I got to come down to it. I love the game so much, it's a part of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a natural thing. Like, I wake up and I eat, drink, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like, I wake up and football is there.
Right.
Music is there for me. Acting is there for me. I've had this in my brain since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to do all of this shit. You can't tell me where my passions lie at. You can't tell me how far I can go. You can't tell me that, you know what I'm saying, slow it on down. Like, no. Like, this is my path. I'm going at it the way I want to go about it. And most people don't have that type of passion to even try to gauge that from somebody. Then try to sit back and tell them what they should be doing when they gave up 10 times before. Most motherfuckers not quitters. You know what I'm saying? And don't give up for shit.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Put a fucking brick wall in front of them, they'll run through it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And really believe they can get through that motherfucker, like, and bang their head on that bitch 20, 30 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? Until they see a crack. Like, you know, some people got to get over that shit. Some people, there's two different type of people in this world. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got sheeple and real people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, sheeples, they ready to go whatever form that the wind blow. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucking people out here that's trying to motherfucking run this shit, when the wind blow, motherfucker, we'll walk right against it. You know what I'm saying? And take all that wind to the face. You know what I'm saying? All the cut, because that's where the destination is right there. I'm not going to turn around because the wind is blowing hard. No, I'm going to keep walking straight through it. And if I fall back down, guess what? I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk straight back through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's different type of people.
Yeah,
you know?
Especially when you in the spotlight, like, you just held to different standards. You know, you got to make sure you're moving, you're walking on eggshells. Like, you can't go. Like, it's
I mean, that's the real reason why I retired, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the real reason why I retired and I left early. You know what I'm saying? Is because I felt those eggshells. I felt myself not being me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I felt like there was a lot of things that was being taken away from the inner part of me. And I thank God that I walked away. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a little episode too, like, where I was battling some shit. I ended up in like a 3-month span, 4-month span, I ended up having like 3 guns pulled on me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
while you were in the NFL?
It was right when I decided that I didn't know for sure if I was going back at that time, but before I officially made my announcement I was retiring. But yeah, right before that, that's when I got 3 guns pulled on me. And I'm getting 3 guns pulled on me.
Was that in Chicago, out here?
Chicago and in LA.
Damn.
Yeah. Fuckers be like, oh man, what happened, bro? You got CTE? I'm like, yeah, that's fucked up, bro. That you even say something close like that to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Very smart individual. You know what I'm saying? Some people do get fed up though. You know, especially at that time, I think I was really searching out for appreciation in my life and stuff like that after feeling like I wasn't being appreciated in the league and little things like that.
Right.
Then to get 3 guns pulled on me, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
I'm like, damn, I'm like, fuck. Like, so at that point, it just became anything anybody ever did to wrong me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was like for like a month straight, I was like on a binge of like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I think a lot of people do look back at that time and be like, you know, I wonder what Kapri was going through when it happened, because everybody know me for being smooth, cool, you know what I'm saying, Bob, you know. But I like shit. Like it was like it's like a glass of fucking, like a bottle. Once you just shake that up for so long, you keep the cap on there. Sometimes that bitch is gonna combust. It's gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what I really felt like happened. You know, especially, I really think it stemmed from, me having those 3 guns pulled on me and shit like that. That's when I really just like couldn't really. Yeah, I had to damn near eat it and figure out what the fuck was really going on. And I feel like not even I felt like I did slip into a spiritual awakening at that time, And people who were around to see it, they saw everything that was going on, so they obviously knew. Even my family, I kept it everything on Front Street with them about what I was going through, because I didn't want them to think that I was having like a mental breakdown. It was something that was real. You know what I'm saying? It was something that was real. Me having the guns pulled on me, me seeing my life flash before my eyes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, pussy shit. It was just the fact that I really didn't care if I died, and God felt that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I disarmed the nigga from both guns. He could have shot me at any time. I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't appreciated anyways. I didn't feel like I was being appreciated. Even when I talk about the legacy thing, like about me wanting to talk about football and everything that I did, because, I was bringing I was de-appreciating myself too as well. You know what I'm saying? By not saying, like, you're that guy. When everybody else is telling me that, I'm like, oh, man, shucks, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom, boom, I'm not allowing that energy to fully grasp me. You know what I'm saying? To continue to lift me. You know what I'm saying? When most guys, you got a guy like Deion Sanders, I built this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you damn right, that's how I should have been talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I would have been valid to say it. You know what I'm saying? But since I was like, but since I am humble, like, I just, like, I have to figure out my own way of going about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm not Deion Sanders, and I don't think I would ever boast like that. I don't think I would ever, you know what I'm saying, move. I'm not saying nothing that he's doing is wrong. You know what I'm saying? I applaud that shit. And I applaud people who do that and, you know what I'm saying, receive, like, great energy back from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all cool, fine, and dandy, but I've never received great energy. Like, I don't think that's where my energy comes from. I feel like my power is sourced directly from God, and that's what's kept me humble, and everything that I've seen and been able to be a part of, it was all pure faith and just listening to my dreams and working for it. So.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure, like, people from the outside, they probably don't understand, like, when you're in the spotlight, like you were basically your whole football career, like, that comes with a lot of that, the tough moments. You know what I'm saying? That's like, it's just those depressing moments or different shit that you got to deal with. But I did want to ask you, as far as the winning Super Bowl 50, and then also on that team there's what, at least 3 CSU rings, right? You had Ty.
Yeah, Ty, me, and Shaq. Yeah.
Well, how was it just winning the Super Bowl? Because, like, I mean, that's something every football player dreams of as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love that Super Bowl, bro. I was salty. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Definitely and that's really what was driving me, is that I really wanted to play in another Super Bowl, just so I can really leave my imprint on that game the way I really wanted to. I will say this though, from being on the team my rookie year, because we won it my second year, we lost to the Colts my first year, and I also I saw how our team dynamic and how it flipped. My first rookie year, I remember I got in 9 fights my rookie year.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? It was like really, like, it was a dog world out there, bro. Like, playing for the Broncos, bro, all those personalities. You know what I'm saying? We had Aqib Talib, TJ Ward, DeMarcus Ware, Von Miller, Danny Trevathan, Brandon Marshall, Chris Harris, Bradley Roby. You know what I'm saying? All these guys is bona fide fucking dogs, bro.
Right.
Bona fide dogs. Then you go to the offensive side, we got 4 Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying? Potentially Emmanuel Sanders, Demaryius Thomas, Julius Thomas, Peyton Manning, Wes Welker, and Luis Vasquez. We got Ryan Clady. We had CJ Anderson, Ronnie Hill, and just, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just had a great group of people, and there was so many strong ass personalities. You know what I'm saying? So that first year did not work out. Was fighting. You know what I'm saying? We in practice. Just throwing hands, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just non-stop fights, bro. People was disrespecting the shit out of each other. Then for some odd reason, that second year came around, and this why I knew we were going to be great, because my second year I got into 1 fight. Previously, the year before, I got into 9. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew we had broken down that wall of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, boom, everybody walking around like, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of just start getting more on the same wave and that same type of mode. Like, all right, we here for the same shit. We all actually do each other. You know what I'm saying? It's not none of that. And then we went through some hard times, lost to the Colts after being the #1 seed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? After a bye week, like it was like, all right, everybody got to chill this shit out. Everybody got to come together and meet. You know what I'm saying? Or this shit wasn't gonna work. But going into that second year, you know, and I'm gonna say this, I love my name. You know what I'm saying? I love the name Kapri. You know what I'm saying? I looked it up in Hebrew. It means the God of sun. You know what I'm saying? And it only refers back to my name, my date of birth, and the star that I was born on through the Hebrew scripture. So literally my name and my existence on this planet literally means the God of sun in Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? So I actually figured that out. And then I realized also, like, damn, like a lot that second year, I played a lot, you know what I'm saying? But the role that I really played on that team was with the players. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really played a strong role with, like, I knew everybody in the locker room. I spent a lot of time with everybody in the locker room, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a naturally social person, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I can listen to people speak, you know what I'm saying, and make them laugh, whatever, but, like, mainly I'm a great listener, you know what I'm saying? So that became a thing, like, where we all just started getting real tight, you know what I'm saying? We were bringing players together. We started Epernay. Yeah, I don't know if you remember that club that was in Denver, but
maybe so many. I was young at that point.
Yeah, you know, young ass. But Epernay at the time, bro, was the hottest club in Denver, bro. Me and my best friend Benny Fowler started that club, bro.
Oh,
it was
okay.
Me and him used to go in there when it was 4 people in that motherfucker, and it was an old man, old lady in there, you know what I'm saying? And it was just me and him going there. We probably bring a couple little things in there, and we go through, kick it, and we start getting close with the owners and shit. So they started letting us make our own drinks and shit at the bar because there was nobody else in there.
Right.
But then the whole city started catching wind that we was going there. It was because players were coming to us and shit, I was on practice squad a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I knew where to go, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, shit, we going right over here to Epernay, you know what I'm saying? They give us free drinks, blah, 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 boom, boom, and shit, and the whole club ours, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole dance floor, everything. There don't be nobody in there. Bring a couple girls through, you know what I'm saying? Like, we having a blast. And we started doing that. Think we did it 2-3 times after we started letting teammates know. And bro, before you knew it, bro, the line was around the block. Like, you couldn't even like walk through that. So like, and then our players start using that as like our place where we, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was Von House, Epernay, you know what I'm saying? That was really in Jing. I remember this restaurant right there in Greenwood Village called Jing.
Okay.
And that was our 3 spots, but Von House being the most prominent. But yeah, we had that shit. It was like we spent so much time in building that chemistry together. So by the time all that Super Bowl shit had came out and it was time, when nobody with us, and then you one of our brothers, we was over with for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ride or die for sure. We sometimes even getting arguments in that. Boom, boom. And I love that about our team too, that second year, because even when there was arguments about to happen, before when we used to just let the fights happen, like, oh, let them fight, let them go at it. Like, nah, we literally, it'd be like, oh, bro, come on. Like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, boom, we both know how both of y'all get down. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We both know how both of y'all get down. Y'all just hot right now. Like, chill that shit out. Oh, okay, boom. Next thing you know, next day, these motherfuckers sitting at the breakfast table eating together and shit. But I'm like, yeah, shit never let y'all fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad we didn't let you. So, yeah, that fucking Super Bowl year was special because it was really all about chemistry. It wasn't about talent. And that's when I started noticing that this game is really built around that. So I even took that and implemented that on other teams that I went to. Even like when I went to the Packers, I used to take the team bowling every Tuesday. Start buying us suites at the Milwaukee Bucks games and shit just so we can spend more time together. We was in the middle of fucking nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So I was just trying to do the best I can to like build chemistry amongst our teammates. You know, because I knew that's ultimately like what any team is missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody start feeling like they alone out there, or like people ain't gonna have your back, or you don't know this dude well enough, you know him just enough because you're just around him. Like, nah, go have a drink with him. Go, you know what I'm saying? Kick it, you know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all 2-man some shit with some bitches, you know what I'm saying? Like, see how motherfuckers laugh, kick it, like, you know what I mean? So everything that they say doesn't sound like a gunshot, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know where they're really coming from. Because is from Alabama, Texas, California, blah, 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 don't even talk the same, use the same lingo.
Right.
So it's best like you get all that lingo shit out the way, everything out the way, so you know if I'm playing with you, you know what I'm saying, or anything, you know what I'm saying, or they really don't mean harm by the word they saying, but they really trying to let you know, and it just may come out a little tough, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, he really don't mean no harm when he's saying that, like, you know what I'm saying, he really just trying to say this. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, in your terminology. You know what I'm saying? That shit that'll make a motherfucker fight a motherfucker if they not from there. Like if you go to Florida and say boy, you know what I'm saying? Thinking that they like saying it as a term of endearment. Right. No, they out there. You call somebody a boy out there, shoot you in your face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You go say that shit in Chicago, he gonna laugh it off. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, it's different demographics, different people, different places people live. So it was a big thing that we got that chemistry thing along. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah.
What is your? Do you have like a favorite Peyton Manning moment or a favorite Demaryius Thomas moment? Rest in peace.
Favorite Peyton Manning moment? My favorite Peyton Manning moment, bro, is when this dude towed people's cars out the parking lot. This dude towed.
Like training camp or something?
Yes, bro. We had motherfuckers freaking the fuck out. He towed motherfuckers cars out the parking lot. So when we come walking out to practice, everybody, man, where the fuck my car at? Got Bentleys and shit like that.
Right.
Car going, they walk out to the parking lot. They like, bro, niggas freaking out, running back into the building.
Yeah.
Whole time he just towed it and parked it on the other side of the thing, like just playing. Like he was a prankster, bro. Peyton was a pure prankster, like goofy dude, bro. And it was surprising too, because he was so much about his business. Like I remember he used to walk into the building, Peyton, and he would just be rocking a little polo with his little briefcase. He'd come walk in with the briefcase and walk straight past everybody. You know what I'm saying? If he has something that he wants to say to you about a play, he'd say it to you. You know what I'm saying? Walk past and be like, hey, on that and you got this, and grab his thing and then walk right out. Boom, boom, boom. Go right to his little office. You know what I'm saying? And go back to studying his plays. You know, people respected that. But, you know, whenever it was a time when he could let his hair down, you did see that pure prankster come out of him. Like, these motherfuckers got me one time. So they know I'm like a heartful ass motherfucker. Like, I'm a sucker for, like, you know what I'm saying, people who have, like, any type of hardship in life or anything. Because, you know, that's what my life was pretty much predicated around, was around hardship. So they bring this one dude in, and they like, oh, man. He's like, man, I don't got no shoes. He coming there with no shoes on. I'm in there talking to him like, man, you think you can give me a pair of shoes? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, matter of fact, they got no downstairs. They got free shoes. Like, they give us free shoes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can go grab you a pair. What size you wear? Like, you know what I'm saying? I grab you some little Nike little runners or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You do some little new shit. The whole time these motherfuckers is recording me. You know what I'm saying? Like, in there, me having this one-on-one with this dude. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking it's struggling in life and shit like that. Whole time it's a big ass prank that Peyton and them put on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm in there talking, I'm feeling all bad for him and shit. Like, yeah, bro, don't worry about it, bro. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go grab these shoes for me. I'm gonna come bring these shoes back for you so you can have some shit, you know? I go down there, bring the shoes up, boom, boom. I'm thinking, thank you so much, man. He like act like he about to cry and shit and all that shit. I'm like, oh, man, it's all good, you know, boom, boom, boom. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need anything, let me know. Gave the nigga my number, all the shit, you know what I'm saying? Walked off like I would normally do to anybody. So that I felt like was in that situation. But next thing you know, I'm in the room. We go into the meeting room. Next thing you know, oh, we got a clip for you guys. You know what I'm saying? We got a funny video for you all. Blah, 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 blah. So, and then they roll the camera. And here my ass go right there. These motherfuckers playing this big ass prank on me. I walk out the room, dude was sitting there laughing and shit, doing all this funny shit in the camera. I'm like, wow, like, got the fuck out of me. I said, I hope nobody really do that to me in real life, because and it probably has happened to me, like, you know what I'm saying, like, because I'm such a fucking sucker for seeing people struggling, you know what I'm saying. I'd be like, shit, let me go help, you know what I'm saying. I give my last because I know what I need to survive, you know what I'm saying, like, and a bunch of money ain't it, you know what I'm saying. That's just not on my top priority like list. So
that's real.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Well, shit, that's dope. What about Demaryius Thomas story?
Demaryius. Man, Demaryius, you know, rest in peace to my brother, man.
Right.
There's a lot of stories. Like, I spent a lot of time with Demaryius outside of football, you know what I'm saying? He was actually the first player that I used to go to his house during Thanksgivings when we all couldn't go home and shit like that. During Thanksgiving, I used to go to Demaryius' house and eat Thanksgiving with his family, and they accepted me with open arms. You know, we used to always me, DT, Benny, Emmanuel, like we used to kick it like brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
David Busters, everything, bro. Like the memories that I got with DT is like nonstop shit. Super Bowl in Houston, me and him went there together with Emmanuel. Like I got so many DT moments that like dude was just like a pure hearted dude. And actually, I got my favorite moment. This is my favorite moment from DT. I was in my second year in NFL, and they put me on practice squad. But mind you, when they put me on practice squad, different from in the first year, I played in the preseason. The second year, I didn't play at all, and they still put me on practice squad. So after every single game, I'm thinking I'm getting cut. The whole time they were just hiding me from the league so they can keep me there and not have to fight with anybody about me being there. Because the year before I had Carolina, Buffalo, and somebody else tried to sign me off the practice squad. And they said, no, we need him here, and we're not trying to fight about it. So they made me think I was going to play in the preseason and didn't play me. So I'm getting rained on in Seattle, all this other shit. Like, sitting on the sideline, like, all right, I'm about to get cut tomorrow. Next thing you know, the who was playing was getting cut. And I'm still there, and I'm like, what the f***? Like, damn, like, I didn't see this side of the game yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now I'm getting the whole business, whole politics and everything. You know, so they giving these guys films because they're going on the street. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going on the street. They watch me in practice. I'm running with the ones. And I'm like, damn, I'm about to take the off. This game coming up preseason, I'm about to go crazy. Next thing I get into the game and I don't play at all. But I was just practicing with the ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't make no sense to me. So I'm in there. I'm about to get ready to cry. I remember Coach Eric Studesville came up to me like, man, don't worry about that. Next week we can get you some playing time. Didn't play the next week. So I remember when the season had just getting ready to start and they put me on practice squad, DT walked up to me and he looked at me, literally like damn near tears coming out his eyes. And he was like, man, if I had to go through anything like I'm watching you go through, like, I don't know how I get through it. Like, you a strong ass motherfucker. And like that whole time, like I feel like I was delusional. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I playing as good as I think I'm playing? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I doing as good as I think I am? Because how the f*** do I keep getting put on practice squad? How the f*** do I, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how the f*** does this shit keep happening? You know what I'm saying? I'm getting in my own head about the shit. I started smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Didn't smoke weed before ever. Like, so I started doing shit to, like, keep my anxiety down. Like, the shit that I was, like, because I was just lost. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, like, what the f*** is going on? Like, why am I dealing with this? But when DT came up to me and said that shit to me that day, it was like the first time I got my validation. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially from a person like of his stature and shit like that. You know, DT, one of the greats. You know what I'm saying? And he come up to me and say that, and I'm like, damn, so I'm not going crazy. Like, I'm actually doing good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's when it all, then after that, it was like I was on fire. He like lit that fire inside of me, like, all right, cool, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm not losing my mind, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going home every day looking at plays, like, I'm busting these niggas ass and I'm not getting no playing time, and I'm like going against the number one defense at that. So if I'm doing it versus the number one defense in the fucking world, what the do you think is going to happen if I go and go against the Cleveland Browns? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going against DeMarcus Ware, Von Miller, Sylvester Williams, Derek Wolfe, and Malik Jackson every day, putting them in blenders. You know what I'm saying? I got coach slamming clipboards on the sideline over the number one defense. You know what I'm saying? And I'm over here sitting back like, damn, am I actually not doing good? And I'm watching other players. I'm like, these not running like me. He's not breaking that bitch like me. Yeah, he's big. He may be breaking tackle, but he's not busting that bitch. I'm breaking, busting, everything, catching, doing everything. I'm like, how the f*** am I not playing? But it was all over money.
I think your receiving ability is definitely underrated too.
Yeah, no, 100%. I already knew that though, because when I was in Denver, it didn't get used. Then when I went to San Fran, my running back coach told me I couldn't catch the ball. I played wide receiver. In junior college, I played every position in junior college, even defense. You know what I'm saying? High school, I played receiver, quarterback, everything. I'm definitely can catch the ball. That's the easiest thing for me. You know what I'm saying? I've been catching the football since I was a tot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't shit. I ain't no DB. You know what I'm saying? So when I got to Washington, that's when it really got revealed. You know what I'm saying? Through Gruden, because Gruden then would see me in practice. They'd see me just doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Doing little cutting drills and running routes. And the next thing you know, we got into the game, and that's when shit started getting busting. Started throwing me that bitch and handing it off to me. So that's when I had my best year.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as far as and rest in peace, DT, man, one of the all-time greats in Bronco history.
100%.
Sure, but as far as like the NFL career goes, I know you brought up earlier, you know, why you retired and why you left. But do you like, you know, you averaged, like I said earlier, 4.4 yards a carry, and you said probably should have been more if it weren't for the last year in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Basically 10 yards a catch. You know what I'm saying? Like most, I feel like that's a tough average to hit in the NFL for a running back. You know what I'm saying? So like, do you feel like you always kind of had the odds kind of stacked up against you in a way, or like, what do you think it was that, you know, maybe your NFL career didn't like last as long as you wanted it to, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
I feel like it definitely should have went longer. It's not like the potential and the stats, you know, show like, you know, you was that, you know what I'm saying? So like,
I mean, it really came down to this. When I got fed up, I got fed up. You know what I'm saying? Even the year that I left and I said I was retiring, I still had 3 teams try to sign me that same year. Kansas City, Tennessee Titans, and then the New England Patriots, all playoff teams.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes went on to win the Super Bowl that year. And I almost signed that year with the Chiefs.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? But I was so out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just was so tired. I didn't want to go back through the politics again. Because now we were dealing with situations like in Washington. I'm the number 2 scorer on the team. I'm leading. I'm number 2 in rushing, and I'm number 2 in receiving. I'm easily your most pivotal player on the team. If we get a long snapper go down, you can cut anybody on this fucking team. You cut me.
You were just over it.
I was just like, yo, like, I was just like what else? You know what I'm saying? Like, because now I'm realizing, like, if you motherfuckers don't put no guaranteed money in front of me, then I'm always going to be in this position. And the thing about it is, I work way too hard for that.
Right.
Like I was telling you earlier about the anxiety thing. Like, bro, I would take 2 weeks off in the off season, bro. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I'm talking I would train straight for 3 months. And I'm coming that bitch 5% body fat, looking like a the coaches. No, bro, the coaches literally call me Granite. Like, they be like, oh, he's the Granite counter. Blah, 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 blah. This is our statue. Blah, blah, blah. Like, when they would do the fucking test, like, for body fat and shit, we come in there, they would touch me and be like, bro, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, you know what I'm saying? And at that, 200 and some pounds. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, 215 pounds of straight muscle. You know what I'm saying? And speed, power, all those things. Like, but I groomed myself for it. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I even had a coach say, oh, yeah, man, it's probably you have genetics. I almost smacked him in the face. I'm like, bro, I see everybody in my family every day, and none of them look like me. You know what I'm saying? But I know none of them, like, yes, it's hard work. I take 2 weeks off in the off season. Then when I go and actually work out, I work out Monday through Friday, where I watch other great players around this league. I train with 30 of them every day in Tom Shaw in Orlando, and I would watch them come in Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, sometimes miss Tuesday, sometimes miss Wednesday, come in Thursday. Oh, let me get a little something in on Friday. That wasn't me. I was in that bitch Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I enjoyed myself on the weekend. I'm back in there again. Monday, Tuesday. Wednesdays, we weren't even supposed to train. I would go out there and catch 200 balls and fucking run the track. You know what I'm saying? Off my own anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Of wanting to be the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really wanted to be the best for real. You know what I'm saying? And then I got to train with other NFL players and dog them every day. So they just amped me even more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every time y'all see me come out here and train with y'all, I'm going to dog y'all every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and cardio, whatever the routes, and I'm going to dog you every day because I want to dog you when I see you on Sunday too. So you know this ain't no fucking fluke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want it to be fucking, like, undeniable. You know what I'm saying? And having that type of work ethic and placing that shit there in the NFL and then dealing with the politics that I was dealing with, that shit, it made me be like, I would, for anything ever that I worked that hard for in life, I would never leave it up to another man to tell me, to sit back and tell me no and ride me on the bench for that shit.
Right. And
use me whenever you want to use me. Like, no, I'd rather go focus on other things in my life that I can control 100%.
That's real. Okay. And I mean, even to that point, like, just being a Division I football player and making it to the NFL and playing for, what, 4 or 5 years.
5.5 years. I
Yeah.
actually played through 6 training camps.
Yeah,
six seasons.
Most players don't even get to sniff that. So I mean.
And I did it undrafted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the running back position, not DB.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not fucking wide receiver. Because it's easy to do it at those positions.
Right.
If you ask me, you know what I'm saying?
No,
because
running back's tough.
you got four receivers on the field at one time, and we dress 8-9 receivers a game.
Right.
Just like I said in the Super Bowl, we dressed two running backs in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and you can't hit the most too.
Yeah,
like,
you can't do that. You can't do that at running. You can't dress 2 wide receivers in an NFL game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not even 4, not even 5, not even 6. Because some sets you got 4 receivers out there.
Right.
So you got to have double that, just in case if 2 of them go down, you still got to be able to run your plays.
Right.
So you talking about being undrafted? Yeah, because your first 4 receivers are all going to be paid. The other 4 are going to be all undrafted or low round picks. So it's more common to have it there. But at the running back position, there's only one of us on the field at one time. For most systems. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And their number 1 running back, guess what? He's paid $30 million. Next running back is, guess what? Probably paid too. And then you get down to the 3rd string, maybe he's paid, maybe he's not. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like for me, all 3 running backs was paid. CJ $20 million. Shit, I got there. Monte was 20. Yeah. Ronnie, you know what I'm saying?
And at that time, running backs were paid a little more too.
Yeah, exactly. So all the running backs in my room was all making money. You know what I'm saying? And me on the other hand, I was on that bitch driving to Malibu.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was driving my Malibu from college. You know what I'm saying? Like making my little $400K a year. You know, shit. And that's how shit was just going. You know, so I had, for the sake of, like I said, that appreciation thing when I even got the guns pulled on me, all that, like that shit all tied like back around full circle because it was about appreciation of me and even like to the point to where I felt like I wasn't feeling like I was appreciated, like my legacy wasn't being appreciated, the things that I built and I set and put in stone wasn't being appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to fight for respect from that didn't even hold a candle to me. So I was just like I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna go. I bought a bunch of real estate, spent about $400-500K on real estate.
That's smart.
And tuck the off.
Real estate is the thing to invest in for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, obviously you popped out to the Rocky Mountain Showdown. You were at the game on Sunday with all the other Super Bowl winners.
Yeah. What
was your opinion on that game, looking back on it and then going into it? You know what I'm saying? Everyone was down CSU, like 24-point underdogs. They ain't got a chance. College game days there. It was like the most streamed college game of all time, 5th most watched of all time. Like, what was your perspective on that game and going into it and whatnot?
My perspective on the game was always what the CSU rivalry's always been. It's a Rocky Mountain Showdown, and there's gonna be blood, sweat, and tears out there. Right. For anybody who took that spread, I feel sorry for them because they may be the dumbest person like known to man. Because if you you just gotta go look back at the history of the Rocky Mountain Showdown. Like, yeah, CSU may have more wins, but all those wins is 7-point wins, 10-point wins. You know what I'm saying? At max, sometimes 2-point wins, 1-point win. You know what I'm saying? That game is never a blowout. I don't give a who's there because you got other who give a too. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are Colorado natives playing for their hometown, home state, all this. You think they just finna walk over and get rolled over in front of their whole family, in front of their whole existence on national TV at that? Like, no,
all the hype behind
like, come on, you talking about poking a bear. That whole rivalry is a poking of a bear. Because you go back home after you play bad in the Rocky Mountain Showdown, you may be from Colorado, that may be the last memory you have for football ever. You know what I'm saying? You make some plays in that game, like, people talking about you in Colorado history, like, oh yeah, man, he went to CSU. Remember he playing the Rocky Mountain Showdown? Yeah. He ain't playing the league, but his ass was getting down in that Rocky Mountain Showdown. Like, you ain't risking that for a biscuit. So you thinking this shit finna be a cakewalk? It'll never be. Dion, that game will never be a cakewalk. Always take that serious. That's the only way you gonna get big. Win big in that game, at least. So yeah, man, like. That game is pure entertainment, pure blood, sweat, and tears, and that's exactly what I saw. The same thing when I played there. It was the toughest game. Talking shit back and forth on Twitter, all this shit all week. Like, it's been the same thing forever, bro. The same thing forever, bro. It's just a heated-ass rivalry. You know?
That game, CSU really lost that. They were up 28-17.
Lost the game.
Like, Shit, man.
I'm mad. I'm you know what? I'm not mad. I'm not mad because honestly, the way we played showed me that we really aren't bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what that's what I'd rather see. You know what I'm saying? Like that we actually do have great players that could compete against top talent. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like not just when I was there, like obviously after that, but seeing that culture and that thing is still running and that there's still a possible chance for us to have our moment in college football again. Right. So even the freshman quarterback, Torrey Horton, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? I like the way that freshman quarterback played. He played with some true moxie. For that to be your first career start in front of all those damn people, you know what I'm saying?
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, he played his ass off. It was even a play he threw a corner route and a wide receiver tripped and still almost fell in his hands because he just put it on the money so bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, if he just he could have been falling down on his face and just put his hands out. You know what I'm saying? He would have just caught it, but he was falling so hard, tripping over the grass or the DB he was going against. But, you know, I was like, damn, he just put his hands out. He going to be straight. But that quarterback is a beast. You know, obviously 14, number 2. Who was that, number 4? Number 4?
Brown?
Yeah, Brown. The other receiver, he was going crazy. That tight end is a fucking dog. He reminds me of a faster version of Crockett Gilmore. Oh yeah, which is funny. Yeah, he reminds me of a faster version of Crockett Gilmore. Got a little C on his chest, captain and all. You know what I'm saying? Long hair. You know, give me big Jeremy Shockey vibes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, yeah, that body frame. He's like built like a I don't even know, like Wreck-It Ralph or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's exactly what you remind me of. So, I think he's actually going to be real good. I think we're going to see him in the league, too. We're going to see that tight end in the league for sure. His ball skills down to, you know what I mean, how he's blocking. Yeah, for sure. He made some tough grabs in that game. Even the one that was over the shoulder in the back of the end zone. That's a tough one. Off of play action, then you got a guy draped over you, boom, and then you got the Tony toe tap on the back end or from a tight end. Hell yeah. Like, I see you in the league, my boy. I will see you in the league, number 5. I'm going to let you keep that number, too. I'm the real number 5, boys.
Yeah. What was your opinion on the Blackburn hit on Travis? Because I had the whole world going crazy.
That hit, man, honestly, I do feel like he could have let up. And it's coming from an offensive player, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an offensive player. Let up, bro. Let up for the sake of you want somebody to let up on you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get it. A lot of people don't play with that type of, like, integrity type shit. But because there's a lot of motherfuckers who will take that shot on you. Right. There's a lot. I've seen it. Shit, ask Emmanuel Sanders versus the Rams when he took that hit down the sideline. Like, a lot of motherfuckers take those shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but when they do, you got to damn near accept it. Like, it's still legal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still legal. Like, because we do, like, as a defender, sometimes they don't know where the ball is. They see your hands, they see everything. They don't know if the ball's still being tipped around in the air, and they want to eliminate that player out of the play. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I've seen people come through and the ball be tipped over here, and they don't even go for the ball. They say, boom, come here, give me you. At least I know you not finna get this mother. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they knock you on your ass. You know, so that's the same. It's the same type of volume. It's the same type of hit. That's natural football. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, but I also say too, like, it's just like maybe he could have just came up and, you know what I'm saying, gave him a little bit, right on the shoulder to shoulder. You know what I'm saying? A little shoulder to shoulder contact. Maybe just not down down the face. Yeah. You know, we seen that DeMar Hamlin thing happen like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a dangerous thing to happen, and I'm happy as Travis Hunter's okay. I don't give a about none of that rivalry shit. Like, that kid's a great kid. And the way he even responded back about the thing, you know what I'm saying? The way he's telling people, like, it's football. Like, get off. Like, yeah, bro, like, that speaks a lot about his character. Travis Hunter, you got a fan out of me too, bro. You a real one for that. For sure.
Yeah, my perspective on that hit was like, it was you could say it's dirty, you know, it was a little late, but like you said, it's a bang bang play at the same time. I don't think he deserves the death threats and all that extra stuff.
Yeah, all that extra shit is weird,
Yeah.
and you know that's gonna happen. This media is completely played out. The first thing I seen after the actual thing happened was they started talking about some allegations of some other shit he had
it was
did.
someone else.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, come on, bro. Like, y'all do anything, bro. Anything to try to just defamation of character is killer. You know what I'm saying? And people love doing that shit now. It's all about cancel culture.
Right.
Everything is cancel culture. Like, this kid is just a how old is the kid? 20 years old? 19? He's a freshman, right? Sophomore?
Sophomore, I think.
Yeah, he's sophomore. He's sophomore, yeah. He's sophomore.
He's a captain.
So it means he's 19 years old, bro.
Yeah.
20 years old. Y'all trying to cancel this kid over a football hit?
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go back through the history of football and see how many hits, then go cancel everybody.
Right, yeah.
Shit, cancel Egberry too for hitting me.
Yeah.
Shit, $75,000.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody cancel Egberry after that shit.
Yeah.
They try to knock all my teeth down my throat.
Right. Yeah, I don't think he like intentionally was like trying to hurt him. I think he just let the emotions of the game get the best of him. And CSU, you know, they had a chip on their shoulders. So that's all I thought it was. You know, he just let the emotions get the best of him.
Yeah, he was barking too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was barking. He was barking. Tom, they gonna do this and gonna do that. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like most time, I think in another situation, may let him slide, but that game ain't the game to let slide when you talking crazy before it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shador me. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's it on the football talk. As far as the music career, obviously you're making music now. You go by Just Kapri when it comes to that.
Yes, sir.
How did the music come about? And then Common Chasers, is that
my label? Yeah.
Okay. And then I seen Do It All has like over 100,000 views.
Yeah.
So
that's easily one of my biggest joys in life is obviously music. Before I even started playing football, I started playing football when I was in 5th grade. Started playing football in the 5th grade, but I was doing music way before that. My mom used to have us. We used to have the lights go out and shit in the house, and my mom used to make us do Showtime at the Apollo in the living room in front of all my family members. We all have like 15 minutes to go make up a routine and make up a song, come back, perform it, and whoever won got like $5-10 to go to the candy store. You know what I'm saying? So we used to go hard as hell on our music. You know what I'm saying? We used to do acting and shit all in that same room. You know what I'm saying? My mom was a big Renaissance, like acting, music, all that. Still is. She did stand-up comedy. So my mom was just pulling all of that out of all of us. So music always been a big part of my life. Always been a huge part of my life. Always been freestyling. Even when I wasn't making official songs, me and my boys would get in the car and freestyle for 30-40 minutes on hour-long rides. You know what I'm saying? Just nonstop. You know, and that's really how it really got kicked off. Was my friends knowing that I could freestyle. Then one time one of my boys was like, hey man, come to the studio. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got put on IR my 3rd year when I became a starter. I got put on IR for a high ankle sprain because we only had 3 games left. So I went into the studio and I made a song, bro, and it was like, oh yeah, you can't stop. And I heard the song back too, and I'm like, you're right, I can't. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm really meant to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been kind of like using the whole football as an excuse the whole time because it's like I didn't want to be looked at like that because obviously you know how they look at rappers, like athlete artists and shit like that, and it didn't fail because Elway said the same thing to me when I started rapping. Elway was like, oh, you need to start rapping and focus on football. And I was like, dog, like it's crazy because like I've been here for 3 years, bro, and I'm your best back here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm your best back here in Denver, and I play video games, I rap, and this is what I do. And this shit don't take nothing out of me. Like, this is what I do. Football is what I do. You just need to make sure I know these plays. That's it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And guess what? I knew my shit. 0 mental errors. You know what I'm saying? Never fucked up like that. So I wasn't really, I guess, ready to hear him tell me to stop rapping because I dropped the album a week later. And then he traded me to San Fran.
Oh, shit.
So, you know, but, you know, me and John is all love. But I know why he traded me, though. It wasn't over the music. He traded me because he traded me really deep down because this is what he told me, at least. When they traded me, he said he just think I deserved to have a fair opportunity to go somewhere and start. because we had a $20 million guy in CJ. Then they drafted Devontae Booker for another $20 million, and I took the spots. And now I'm the $800,000 guy now with two $20 million guy spots.
Right.
So what gotta go? Nobody's really gonna take CJ because he's coming off a knee injury. You know what I'm saying, that year. And nobody's gonna take Devontae because I just took his spot. You know what I'm saying? So it's probably like they're seeing some invalidity to that, whatever's going on.
Right.
But the thing about it was Devontae was even great in his own. I think our offense was just complicated as too. You know what I'm saying?
It was a defensive team for sure.
Yeah, our offense was complicated. We had Adam Gase, bro. We had hot routes built into everything. So it was hard for him really to pick up the offense. That's why I think when he went to the Raiders, he played way better. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it was a little more simpler, you know what I'm saying, than what we had going on there in Denver. So, yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, shit, man. You got any, like, final thoughts, any upcoming projects, anything you want to speak on for the people?
Man, I got a new project coming out. It's called 7 Days, 7 Nights.
Okay.
I'm actually coming out with that. I'm actually going to drop a single from that next week. So make sure y'all go cop that. Obviously, we talked about the Do It all of the songs that we got earlier.
Yeah.
And it's all just a blessing. It's all, you know, just for me to be able to just chase my dreams and go after stuff like that. I signed a deal with Malik Youssef.
Okay.
Wrote 5 albums with Kanye. Wrote Lemonade with Beyonce. I've been very fortunate to, you know, to stick to everything that I've been able to stick to and stick to the grind, and shit just been working out, you know. So I'm just excited to put out new music. You know, I'm taking some acting classes right now, so I'm excited to get into that too. And really just this next step in my life and my career. And football's not out the picture too. I just reinstated too. So, you know what I mean? We're looking to play a little more football and do a lot of music and do some acting, you know. So
I was going to say, you still be training, I see on your gram, and I also seen something about the XFL.
Yeah, I did an XFL workout, so I'm ready to do whatever, bro. I just love the game, bro.
Yeah.
I love the game. I'm glad I took a break because I needed it.
Right.
I got a chance to grow with my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Not grow up, shit. I guess I did grow up some too. You know what I'm saying? You know, just keeping it a buck, but, you know, because girls will do that to you. You know, I had a little girl, so she obviously changed a lot of things about me, changed my patience. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things. So I'm just super happy about how I handled this whole little process, you know, and I'm looking forward to everything else that come with it. So, yeah, I'm geeked.
All right, man. Well, where can people find you on Instagram, Twitter, all that?
Hey, man, make sure y'all go follow me at 3KingBibbs5 on Instagram. I'm also Kapri Bibbs on Twitter. Don't use none of the other really stuff like that, so y'all know where to tap in with me at. And don't worry, I got some new music coming for y'all real soon, so we gonna lock in. Sir.
Make sure y'all go follow Kapri Bibbs on everything: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all that. Links in the description. Make sure y'all comment down below your favorite, let's say your favorite Kapri Bibbs song or your favorite Kapri Bibbs moment. Hit that like button, subscribe, all that. Mahami, #1 blog in the universe. We out. Appreciate it.
#1 blog in the universe, baby. We out.